Hi, this is Colleen from Donaldson Hot Yoga. Thank you so much for joining us for this practice of gentleness and restorative. We are here every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. and I would love to see you and to have you come practice with me. So this morning we're going to be using several props if you have them. If not, that's completely fine. If you have a yoga block, go ahead and grab that. If not, perhaps a thick book or a book or two, maybe a bolster if you have that, or just a nice pillow. I also have a towel here you can use as a strap or even just to cover up your bolster, just once again as a pillow. But we're just going to come and start first in just a seated position. And just allowing your hands to rest palms down onto the knees, drawing the shoulders up to the ears and just rolling them down and back. Taking an inhalation, and as you exhale, just almost like you're trying to fog up a mirror. Just feeling that little gentle constriction in the back of the throat. Let's do that again. Take an inhalation, exhale. And then just one more time, inhaling, exhaling. And then if it's comfortable for you, just gently seal the lips and just continuing that inhalation and exhalation through the nose. And if that's not comfortable for you, that is completely fine, as long as we're just taking some breaths. And actually, as we sit here for just a moment, perhaps while you're still gathering some items, if it feels comfortable for you, just allowing the eyes to close in a moment after we're placing our left hand onto our heart and our right hand onto our abdomen. So that way we can take a deep belly breath, drawing the air up into the rib cage, perhaps all the way up to the collarbones. And then just gently exhaling and releasing all the way down, drawing that belly button back to the spine. So what we're doing is countering the shallow breathing that sometimes stress, tenseness, worry may bring about. So if your eyes are closed, you can keep your hands right where they are, or just allowing the hands to rest again onto the earth. Inhaling and exhaling. And today, as we open up our heart and calm our mind, a happy heart is good medicine, and a cheerful mind works healing. And I think right now at this time, we could all use a happy heart and a cheerful mind that works healing. So just taking an inhalation again, just allowing your right ear to drop towards your right shoulder, allowing the head to be heavy. Eyes can be closed or open, it's up to you, but we're going to place our fingertips onto the earth and walk them away, the left fingertips. Taking your right hand, if you want to, I'm just placing it on your head, close to the ear. We're not pressing, we're just allowing that extra weight just to release any tenseness in the neck, as we tend to carry a lot of burden, a lot of weight on our shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, just releasing that hand down, and then same thing again. Inhale, almost like you're drawing like a little string is attached to the crown of the head, lengthening out through the spine toward the sky. Inhaling, exhaling, our left ear is dropping toward our left shoulder. Maybe your right fingertips are walking away. And then just allowing that left hand to rest close to the right ear. Noticing if there's any tenseness in the jaw, releasing through the forehead, the cheeks. Breathing. settling into the breath and just taking this time for yourself as you release and return back to center. And I'm just in an easy seated position, just one leg is crossed in front of the other, placing the hands onto the knees, coming into a seated cat-cow. So taking an inhalation again, exhale, round the spine. Maybe even use your hands to stretch out that tight upper back, gently tucking the chin to the chest. And then rolling the shoulders up to the ears, heart center is leaning forward, exhaling. Inhaling, good, exhale, round. And making this as fast or slow as you want. If you have anybody at home with you, perhaps any littles, feel free to have them join. Good, inhaling. Exhaling one more time, gentle rounding. Good, placing the right hand onto the earth. We're gonna circle our left arm up, reaching the fingertips and maybe sliding the shoulder blades down, and then just bending that right elbow, reaching overhead, stretching out our side waist, stretching out our chest, our intercostal muscles, taking a deep breath again. If it's comfortable for you, maybe gazing up toward the sky. Good, exhale, plant the left hand onto the earth, maybe walk the fingertips away, take an inhalation, exhale, just bend the elbows and breathe. So keeping that left sit bone grounded, and even though I'm looking at you, just keep your face directed, your gaze directed where we're going. Good, let's lead with our left arm coming all the way back up, maybe raising both arms up, palms together. Exhale, closing hands together at heart center. Inhale and place that left hand onto the earth. Exhale, circle the right arm all the way up. Slide that shoulder blade back down and then reaching overhead. And this time maybe even turn the pinky fingers toward the earth. Opening up through the shoulders. A happy heart is good medicine, and a cheerful mind works healing. Good, let's release and come back. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna come down to your mat, to the earth, to the blanket, whatever it is that you have. But as you hold on to the knees and roll down, maybe hug the knees in. Inhaling, exhaling, compressing our abdomen, drawing the spine, noticing once again if the shoulders are creeping up toward the ears, sliding them down, placing the hands onto the earth, and then take an inhalation. As you exhale, we're just gonna raise our hips up. So our heels are close to our sit bones. Maybe extending the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, round up, coming into a ball. Inhaling, open. Even though I'm looking at you, you can look straight ahead. Exhale, round, hug it in. So just continuing with that motion. One more time, inhale. Exhale, hug in. And then dropping the knees to the left side, coming into a lying twist. So we're just gonna drop our knees to the left side, extend our arms out. If it's comfortable for your neck, turn and gaze at your right hand. If the shoulder's not touching, maybe bend the elbow. Place your hands onto your rib cage. Deep belly breath. Exhaling and releasing. Coming back to center, leading with the knees, and we're just going to the opposite side. So just releasing the spine.
turning and gazing at the opposite hand, if that's comfortable for you, or bending the elbow, breathing. Good, coming back to center. And then using that block or your book, whatever you may have, we're going to place our hands close to our hips again. Heels are close to the sit bones, pressing up, and then just using that block, placing it underneath the sacrum, that hard bony part, not underneath our lumbar, and just coming into a restorative bridge. Maybe walking the fingertips down to open up the shoulders. You can allow your eyes to be open or closed, even though once again I'm looking at you. Just keep your eyes gazed up at the sky or closed, and breathe. So anytime we're in a gentle inversion, our head is lower than our heart, now is a great time to perhaps even inhale, and then maybe have a longer exhalation. Slowing everything down. Inhaling. You don't have to move your hands like I am. Exhaling. Staying here for a moment, or if it's comfortable for you, just draw your right knee in and extend that right leg up into the sky, just stretching. Let's rotate our ankle, maybe flexing the foot, spreading the toes. Once again, as I look at you, you just go ahead and keep your gaze straight up toward the sky. And then we're going to draw our left knee in, and then maybe extend the same thing. And if this isn't comfortable for you, just stay right where you are. This truly is your practice. Bending the knee, planting it down, staying right here. Options are raising one leg, raising both legs, maybe extending both legs up into the sky, and breathe. If you have a wall at home and you want to practice this later, we love to do this here in the studio. Waterfall pose or legs up the wall. It's just a very nice restorative pose, a very great inversion. Inhale, exhale. Good, gently bending the knees, planting the feet onto the earth, lifting up slightly as you slide that block out. Come on back down to the spine. And then hug the knees in. You can round up, you can draw your forehead toward the knees. You can plant the hands onto the knees. And then, once again, my head is still up because I'm looking at you. But you can lower your head down and just rotate, massage out the lower spine, and then moving in the opposite direction. Good. And then hugging your right knee in. And actually, this is where we should have had, how about if we roll to our right side for just a moment? So it's a good thing yoga is a yoga practice. It's a learning process. It's never yoga perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a towel. In the studio, we have our straps that we can use for various items that really help us out to lengthen out our shoulders, our legs, but we're going to use a towel. And as we come down again, hugging the knees, planting that left foot onto the earth, and just slide the towel over the ball of the right foot. And then pressing your leg up toward the sky. So your leg doesn't have to be straight. Your knee can be bent. just staying right there. Once again, noticing if the shoulders are creeping up, dropping them down. Inhale, exhale, maybe come in 1/4 of an inch. Once again, you are looking up as I am gazing toward you. If it's comfortable for you, slide that left leg out and breathe. So you can stay right here, or you can begin to slide that right foot over and line it up with the left shoulder. And just noticing any tingling, any aliveness. Your leg may be out here, that's totally fine. The knee can be slightly bent, but I would rather you press out through the heels, spread the toes, and then maybe placing your hands, your right hand onto the towel, and just allowing that right leg to open up just a little bit and breathe. Once again, just eyes are closed or gazing up toward the sky. Taking an inhalation and an exhalation. When you're ready, draw that right leg back to center, bending the knee, and then just gently releasing and just coming down into a relaxed position onto the earth. Bending both knees again, hugging that left knee in, flexing that foot. And let's go ahead and place the towel over the right side. Extend that left leg up into the sky. Maybe draw in just a little 1/4 of an inch. Inhaling and exhaling, sliding that right leg down if that's comfortable for you. Allow the forehead to release, the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw. Just swallow and release the throat, allowing the left foot now to line up with the right shoulder if that's comfortable for you. Breathing. And then moving back to center, we're going to place our left hand onto the towel or your strap and just allow that left leg to open up. Maybe placing your right hand out to the side or right hand onto the hip. Flexing that right foot if that's comfortable, pressing out through the heel. Good. Bending the knee slightly as you come back to center. And then just release, set everything to the side, and then just relaxing. You can close your eyes for a moment and breathe. So as we return to a seated position for a moment, just tuck your chin to your chest. Coming back up. Once again, this is gentle and restorative. So at first we start out just by opening up the body just a little bit. So using the towel again, if you want to, just coming into whatever kind of comfortable seated position that you like. We're going to extend the towel up into the sky and then just bend the elbows back. So staying right here, so we're opening up through our pectoralis muscle, opening up through our heart. So as you bend the elbows, you can either draw back
Maybe even feeling a little shaking and releasing, but just go to your edge. Yoga is not pain. Yoga is your practice. It's ahimsa, it's non-harming. Inhale, exhale, raise it up, and then this time just drop that right hand down. Reaching that left arm up, lengthening out. Inhale and exhale back to center, and then releasing to the opposite side. Good, coming back to center, and then just allowing everything to come back down to the earth. Placing the hands onto the knees, and we're going to come into a wide-seated straddle forward fold known as Upavista Konasana. So as you this may be your wide-seated forward fold, and that is just fine. You may go a little bit farther. That's fine too. Hands are behind us, rolling the shoulder blades back together, and then just take an inhalation again. Exhale, hinge forward. Maybe just stopping at the first little sign of tightness, letting your body open up. We may have kept a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety, so we're beginning to release through the hips, walking the hands around. Inhale slightly up. Exhale. Maybe again. Maybe not. It's okay. One more time, inhale, exhale. Let's come on down. Maybe a little farther, maybe not. And just notice if you're crunching your neck and just allowing the gaze once again to be more toward the earth. Continuing with the breath. Inhale, let's exhale, slowly come back up. We're gonna placing our left hand to the outside left hip, take an inhalation, extend, and then exhale, just hinge towards your left leg. Maybe walking the fingertips out just a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, hinge. Once again, even though I'm looking at you, go ahead and keep your gaze at your left foot. Breathing. If you can reach your left foot, or if you want to use your towel. Inhale and exhale, extend. Noticing if your right sit bone is wanting to roll up off the earth, and then just dropping that down. When you're ready, releasing and rolling up. And just taking a moment to lengthen the spine. And we're going to turn toward our right leg. So let's extend. And then options using the towel. Or if you want to extend the arms up, lengthening the spine, but exhale, just hinge, stopping at that first edge. Gaze is slightly down, but you're breathing. releasing, let's come back up. Hands are behind us, and we're just going to draw the soles of our feet together, coming into cobbler pose, also known as Baddha Konasana. So your feet may be out here, and that's totally fine. Or you can draw the soles of the feet in a little bit. Hands are behind, lengthening the spine, allowing the knees to drop. The knees may be up here. That's fine. Yoga is our practice. Wherever you are is exactly where you're meant to be. So inhale, and then exhale, just hinge forward. Perhaps bringing the hands around. If you want to keep a straight spine, that's great. If it feels better for you to just round and just let go, feel free to do that. So no matter what is going on around us, as we think in our heart, so we are. A cheerful heart is good medicine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hinge. One of the beauties of having a regular practice of yoga is that by focusing on the breath and being in the movement, we truly are in the present moment. Our mind really doesn't have time for a lot of other thoughts. And as we think in our heart, so we are. And a cheerful mind brings healing. And when you're ready, let's just slowly come back up. And now we're ready for more of a restorative portion of our practice. So this is where if you have a pillow, if you don't have a pillow, that's fine, but I bet you've got a pillow. So, or a blanket, it's up to you. As we come down, actually I've changed my mind. Before we do that, we're going to do one more hip opener, and then we're going to open up, focusing on a little bit more on the heart. So let's come down one more time, holding on to the knees, drawing our knees, compressing the abdomen, and this time just take a deep belly breath. Once again, looking up at the sky, even if I'm looking at you. We're going to place our left foot onto the earth, hug that right knee in, place that right ankle on top of the left thigh. So you can stay right here, or you can begin to roll up and just slide your hands in between. This is just a lying figure four, a lying pigeon, either behind the thigh or maybe even around the shin, dropping the head down and just hug it in. Notice if you start to curl up, drop it, that tailbone, maybe drop the tailbone down. Just notice what you're feeling in your hips. Actually, just take a moment to notice where you may be carrying any tightness, any tension in your body. One more time, go ahead and hug in. And then exhale, release, and we're just going to switch sides, just doing the same thing on the opposite side, being kind to yourself, kind to your joints. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Either placing the hands behind the thigh or around the shin, whatever's best for you, but we're just gonna hug it in. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and just allow your body to rest. Breathe. Good, let's release. Roll to your right side. Tuck your chin to your chest so we're protecting our cervical spine as we slowly come back up to a seated position. And this time is when you're going to use your pillow. So I'm going to give you several different options. I'll just demonstrate each. If you've got your block behind you,
You can place your block at the middle level or a higher level. Placing your pillow or cushion. Just allowing a nice little bolster, a nice little elevation. So as we place our sacrum, our lower back, all the way up, you can draw the soles of the feet together, just like we did in our cobbler pose. And then tucking the chin to the chest, our hands are supporting us. We're lengthening our spine, coming all the way out. Head is resting. If this is not comfortable for you, now is the time to just make an adjustment. Your legs can be straight, or actually your feet can be onto the outer edges of your mat or blanket or floor or earth, and let your knees drop together. Whatever you choose, but now we're going to extend our arms out and just let them relax and breathe. So this is a perfect time to close your eyes. And I'm just going to guide you through a few breaths. First, just allowing our abdomen to expand. Our air is up into the rib cage, all the way up to the collarbone and the throat. And then just exhaling, heart center, rib cage, and drawing the belly button back to the spine. With the eyes closed, if it's comfortable for you. Instead of gazing downward towards the cheeks, you can even draw the eyes with the eyes closed, perhaps up to a point in between your eyebrows. We're going to stay here for a few moments, so just settling in. If this is not comfortable for you, you can bend your elbows. You can place your hands onto the rib cage. You can return your hand to your heart or your abdomen. But just allowing this circular breath by imagining that you're breathing through the front part of your body, just starting at the soles of your feet, up through the calves and the knees, the thighs, the abdomen, the heart center, the throat, the jaw, the chin, the face, the eyebrows, the forehead, up to the crown of the head, and then exhaling all the way down around the back of the skull, the throat, the cervical spine, the whole entire back, the backs of your thighs, the calves, the heels, the soles of the feet, and then just imagining that same inhalation coming up through the front part of the body. Any thoughts that may cross your mind, just allow them to float by. They will be here at the end of the practice. Any items you may need to take care of, they will be there at the end of the practice. Right now, just inhale and exhale.
Now, if it's comfortable for you, beginning to draw your hands back to the heart center for just a moment. And then rolling to your side, resting there for a moment. And then just pressing yourself away from the earth, coming up again to whatever is your comfortable seated position. And so you can keep your bolster elevated or your pillow, or if you want to, you can remove the block. It's up to you. But we're just going to place a hip, engaging in a twist, releasing the spine, releasing any tension. So allowing a hip to rest next to the bolster. And our legs are out to the side. Taking an inhalation, extending the spine. Exhale, let's just go ahead and turn. And we're walking our hands down so that we're drawing our abdomen toward the bolster. So this is just a really great supported abdominal prone twist. So you can rest onto your left cheek or rest onto your right cheek. Whatever feels best for you. I am using my elbows right now because I'm looking at you, because I want you to notice what you're holding in your hips. Just release any tension. You are being supported. And then as you come down, notice, are you holding yourself? Just allow the pillow, the earth, the bolster. This can be done completely onto the earth. Allow the shoulders to release, eyes to close. Just taking that breath again, inhaling and exhaling. Staying right where you are, even though I'm coming up, eyes can be closed. Once again, our tendency, our natural body tendency, our sympathetic system, our nervous system wants to do shallow breathing when we feel anxiety, when we feel tension. So just allowing yourself to be supported and breathe. And when you're ready, just pressing yourself up slowly to a seated position. And we're just going to pivot. I'm turning my back to you for just a moment. We're just going to pivot onto the opposite hip. And then inhale, extend, exhale, hinge, and walk back down. Resting wherever you want to. Noticing once again, is the hip holding tension? Are your shoulders supporting yourself? Just allow your body to release and relax. Staying right where you are, inhaling and exhaling. So when you're ready, pressing yourself away from the earth, chin is tucked to the chest, protecting the cervical spine, and just returning to an upright position. And usually when we practice in the studio together, which I would love to see you here at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays, we have bolsters, blocks. A lot of times we use a couple of bolsters to just really be supported and have a more extended restorative practice. I'm going to give you a couple options as we just come all the way down to the earth, just to draw an end to this practice. This is one of the most important parts. This is when you can really allow the body to assimilate the benefits of the practice. So I'm just going to demonstrate. I may lay with you as we do this is a type of yoga nidra. We usually do a little bit of meditation along with this, but right now we will focus on just noticing what's going on with our body. So you can come all the way down flat to the earth, or you can take your pillow and prop it up under your knees, however you like. Sometimes that just gives a little extra support to the lumbar. So just allowing the body to come all the way down, however it's comfortable for you. Hands or palms up, and just allow the legs to release and relax. Allow the eyes to close and take a breath. And for this practice, for this yoga asana, all you have to do is listen to my voice. So while you are laying onto the earth, just drawing your attention to your right hand, to the right palm of the hand, the right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, the right wrist, the right forearm, right elbow, right upper arm, right shoulder, right collarbone, right upper rib cage, right abdomen, your right hip, the right thigh, right knee, right shin, drawing attention to your right ankle, the top of the foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, the sole of the foot, the right heel, the right back of the calf, back of the knee, back of the thigh, the right buttock, the right lower back, right middle back, right upper shoulder blade. Drawing your attention to your left hand, the left palm, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, the back of the hand, the left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, left shoulder, left rib cage, the left middle rib cage, the left abdomen, the left hip, the left thigh, the knee, the left shin, the top of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, the left sole of the foot, the left heel, left back of the calf, back of the knee, back of the thigh, left buttock, left lower back, mid back, left shoulder blade. Draw attention to your whole spine. Draw attention to
the back of the skull, the crown of the head, the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes, your ears, your cheeks, your nose, your lips, your jaw, your throat, your heart. Be still and know. Be still and know. Be still. Be still.
Now, when you are ready, just begin to allow the eyes to perhaps slightly open as you roll to your right side, and then maybe allowing them to close again for just a moment or remain open, whatever is your preference, as you just gently return to a seated position. And then one of my favorite authors, she's the author of The Hiding Place. One of her quotes is that worry does not empty today of its sorrow, it empties tomorrow of its strength. So once again, the beauty of practicing is truly being in the present moment. So just placing your hands together in Anjali Mudra in prayer position. Eyes can be closed or open, but as we draw to our forehead, as we think in our heart, so we are. As we draw our hands near our lips, may our words be kind and helpful for building others up and being kind to ourselves also. And then along with the words of our lips, may the meditations of our heart be kind. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Once again, my name is Colleen. We're here at Donaldson Hot Yoga. Thank you. Namaste.